So me and Parsnip are matching today. It's mid, as the children say. Something's happening. My brain's a churn. Hello friends, it's Sarah, and today I'm going to be doing Jack Edwards' Judging a Book by its first sentence challenge video. As you've noticed, I am dressed like this because it is Halloween. And I'm sick, so I did not really do anything for a costume. I've been staying at home, trying to rest and feel better, but I did have a kitty onesie, so this is my costume. Yeah, and it does match, it matches Parsnip, so that's great. And so me and Parsnip are matching today. Yes, thank you. You're now free. Now I'm gonna take my hood off because it is so warm. I have a stack of 10 books over here. I chose all fiction books. 5 of them are teen, 5 of them are adult, just because I figured there might be a difference in writing style and like first sentence quality depending on like the genre. So we've got a mix of stuff to see if that's true or if it doesn't really matter on the genre or the age range. So without further ado, we'll just start with the top one. This is The Perfect Find by Tia Williams. It is an adult romance, and Tia Williams is the author of 7 Days in June, which I loved. So I want to give another book by her a try, and let's see what the first sentence is. So it just said, I don't know what constitutes a first sentence here, but it says www.stylezine.com, line break, just Jenna, : style secrets from our intrepid glambassador. Not sure if that counts as a first sentence. It's like a little email here, and then it's got the sentence here. This is not a good choice of book. We'll just say that was the first sentence. That was fine. It's, you know, it tells you she works at a magazine or of some sort, and it's probably going to be her job's like a little cringy, I'm guessing. And she's like fed up with it, but I don't know. We'll see. It's mid, as the children say. So then I have Miss Meteor by Talora K. Meggia and Anna Marie Macklemore? Like thrift shop Macklemore? It's not spelled like that. And this is about a beauty pageant with Latinx teens and I believe queer teens as well. I read something else by Anna Marie Macklemore and I liked it. Can't remember what it was. No, it's escaped my brain entirely. But I wanted to pick this up because I thought it looked cute. And look at that cover, it's gorgeous. So first sentence is, this is the first thing anyone will tell you about Meteor, New Mexico. It was named for a piece of iron and nickel that fell from the sky and cratered into the earth a few miles outside town. That's pretty good. It's like, you know, doesn't tell you a ton, but it does kind of give you, like, it's got kind of a lyrical sense of writing and kind of, you know, talks about the, maybe like the mythology of like a small town. Interesting. Better, I think, than the other one. Still kind of mid. Madame. Hold on, I have to entertain the cat so she shushes. So next up I have A Burning by Megha Majumdar. And this is another adult book. And I believe this follows like 3 different characters in modern day India. And it's kind of like a character study and like a commentary on society maybe. First sentence is, you smell like smoke, my mother said to me. Short, sweet. Is it better than The Meteor? I feel like yes, because it is intriguing. I am like, oh, why do they smell like smoke? Were they smoking? Who is this character? Was there a fire? What's going on? Arson? Just cigarettes? So far, no standouts, but intriguing. Next up, I have The Arc of the Feeling of Falling in Love by Mason Deaver. It is an arc, so like, don't quote me on it, but I don't think you would change the first sentence this late in the game, I would assume. This is a YA contemporary novel, and it looks like it follows a queer teen as he struggles his way through love and unrequited love and friends with benefits. So it starts like this. I love you, he says. Meh. It really tells you absolutely nothing. I mean, it's called The Feeling of Falling in Love, so it's very appropriate. But, no, actually, it's a bit better than the Glambassador, I think. Is it? Okay. I feel like I maybe like this a bit better, but this one tells me more about what's happening. It'll be like Eugene from the Try Guys, and we'll close ranks at the end. So up next, I have Homegoing by Yaa Gyasi. I read her other book, Transcendent Kingdom, earlier in the year and loved it, and I've heard this one's even better. It is adult, it is fiction, and it follows 300 years in Ghana and different characters throughout those centuries. So this is the first sentence. The night Effia Otcher was born into the musky heat of Fantaland, a fire raged through the woods just outside her father's compound. Another fire one, or smoke. Interesting. Yeah, okay, this is the best one so far, I think. Kind of maybe like suggesting that she might have a bad luck in the future. I don't know. I'm just making shit up. I don't have an English degree. But possibly, who's to say? Next up is Love from Mecca to Medina by S.K. Ali. This is a YA book and a sequel to Love from A to Z, which was about two Muslim teens falling in love in their travels. And this one follows them again as they spend Thanksgiving together in Saudi Arabia, doing a pilgrimage to Mecca and visiting the City of Light, Medina. Should be fun. I remember liking the other one, and it was really cool seeing two different versions of Muslim identity. There's one, so Adam converted to Islam, and then Zainab was born a Muslim. So that was really interesting to see kind of the different takes on it. First sentence is, Bertha Fatima Chen Malik, first of her name, had been an indoor cat her entire life. Just straight to the top. It's got a cat, and it says first of her name. Excellent. 10 out of 10. That's the one to beat. No questions asked. It's just so fun. It's got shows you a good sense of humor. I hope that continues through the book. And a little cat, and she's got 4 names. It's incredible. Iconic, show-stopping, stunning. Perfection. Up next, I have The Apollo Murders by Chris Hadfield. Chris Hadfield is a Canadian astronaut, in case y'all didn't know. He does have an autobiography, but this is his first fiction book, and it is a kind of a thriller set during the mission to the moon, and it's an alternate history. Which sounds interesting. I also got a copy from my dad, and I don't think either of us have read it yet. So maybe we should make that a thing to do this November together. Okay, so first sentence. I lost my left eye on a beautiful autumn morning with not a cloud in the sky. Oh, that's also really good. Okay. I still think the cat's better just because of the sense of humor. That's a cat. I don't know if anything can beat that. But that's really interesting. You're how did you lose an eye? What the heck? And then the kind of contrast of it's a beautiful autumn day. The sky is clear. It's wonderful. And also I had this horrifying tragedy happen to me. I like that juxtaposition. I think you're just going to be able to hear the cat rolling around on the couch this whole video, so my apologies, but she's got the zoomies and she can't be stopped. And you know what? We admire that about her. She's a woman who knows her mind. She shall not be stopped. Okay, up next is A Wilderness of Stars by Shay Earnshaw. This is a teen book, and it's an arc again. I don't know what it's about. It was sent to me by the publisher, and I have no clue what it's about. I've never heard of it. Okay, so it looks like it's a fantasy. It has something to do with astronomy and yeah, I don't know. No clue, but it comes out November 29th. So let's see. So there's the little prologue. I guess that's probably the first sentence. It's the one that you would read. Okay, so it says, 100 years ago, the first astronomer looked up at the night sky and made note of what she saw. Horseshoe nebulas and spiral galaxies and dying star clusters. Okay. It's got the stars in there. It's nice. It's not bad. I think it's definitely below the top 2. That one would use smoke. Yeah, okay, we're gonna go here, I think. Kind of sets up the idea of these astronomers and the stars, but not a ton of information. Not super intriguing. It's she looked at the stars and she saw stars, and you're glad she figured that out. But up next is the final adult book. This is Sula by Toni Morrison. I picked this up at a used book sale somewhere because John Green said he loved it. And I think John Green probably has excellent taste in books. So I think he's got good taste in like literary and like fancy books, if that makes sense. So it's like a book to read to like improve your intellect and not just for fun. And I need to read more of those. So, and this is about two Black heroines from their childhood in small town Ohio, to their ultimate confrontation and reconciliation. It's kind of reminding me a little bit of Vanishing Half by Brit Bennett, but not quite the same. Like this follows two childhood friends who like one stays in their small town in Ohio and like has a family and all that, does the traditional path, and then the other one moves out to big city and becomes like a rebel and stuff, and then they come back and like collide. Their conflicting lifestyles collide. So it sounds really interesting, actually. I did really enjoy The Vanishing Half. So it starts like this. In that place where they tore the nightshade and blackberry patches from the roots to make room for the Medallion City golf course, there was once a neighborhood. That's a good first sentence. It's kind of giving like gentrification vibes. Nightshade being like poisonous, the blackberries for a golf course. I feel like that's a very strong metaphor for the gentrification and like pushing out people of color so the rich white people can come in. Look, nothing's going to beat the cat. But I think that is a very strong first sentence that like you read it and it doesn't seem to say a lot. But if you like think about it a second time, you're like, oh, something's happening. My brain's a churning. Getting those synapses firing. Really enjoyable. Okay, the last book I have, my last teen book, is Aces Wild by Amanda DeWitt. This is a group of asexual, like online friends who plan a heist together in Vegas, and this sounds so fun. It just came out, and I'm really excited to read it. So first sentence is, let's get one thing straight. This is not a love story. Pretty good. I gotta say, that is very fun. I mean, it's like ace people, and so I'm assuming some of them might be aromantic as well. So like, I'm digging that. The cat still is better. I think here's my rating. I did not expect this to be at the top of my list because while I did enjoy the first one, it wasn't spectacular to me. I think it was a 3.5 star read. So I'm kind of excited to see if this one's even more enjoyable. And just a reminder, the winning first sentence is, Bertha Fatima Chen Malik, first of her name, had been an indoor cat her entire life. And the worst first sentence, belonging to The Feeling of Falling in Love by Mason Deaver, is, I love you, he says. Like nothing wrong with it, it's not giving me anything, you know? Let's see what we can deduce about this. So we've got teen, 2 adult, 3 adult, teen, adult, teen, adult, teen. Yeah, there's like a pretty solid mix in here. I mean, my top 2 are teen, but then these 2 are also really good. Like, I feel like these 4 are kind of in their own category. Like these 4, I was like, oh, these are like really good first sentences. Whereas the other 6, I was like, yeah, they're fine. Like, they're not going to put me off reading the book, but they're not super compelling or engaging. Interesting that the top and the bottom are both teen books, though. Don't know what that says about anything, probably nothing, but it is intriguing to me. Let me know if you would have ranked these the same, if you think one of them deserves a higher place. I mean, once there was a sentence about a cat, it was all over for the rest of them. I'm sorry, y'all, but it's a cat. It's great. But these are my books. This is my order. We have chosen. It has been decided. I did film this before and it was incredibly out of focus. I had to scrap that. And this one went much better. These are much better first sentences than the books I had previously. They were very lame and none of them stood out. So thank you so much for watching this video. I'd love to hear your opinion of how the ranking should have gone. Like, do you agree with me? Are there things you would have moved around? Let me know down in the comments because I'm very intrigued. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And I will see you next time. Now go read a book. I'm trying to talk. This is how I pay for your food. Just kidding, I don't make any money off YouTube. Gotta do the booktube, holding the books up. Booktubers and their strong arms holding up piles of books. It's the free books too, good balance.